Good morning, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Wednesday morning, December 7th. We are looking at window traders market profile of the ES and SPY. Just want to start off. I said yesterday I would say this morning's video in the afternoon because sometimes a lot of the followers only watch one of them. First off, I want to thank all you loyal viewers. Most of the people that watch these videos are in my room and they know what I'm about to say, but I do have 1,800 followers, which is nice, but it would be nice to get more than 100 views a day. But anyway, I'm definitely not going to be here tomorrow and Friday. I seem to be the lucky 1% of men that have breast cancer. So I'm having surgery tomorrow morning. Hopefully, if it's just limited to that area, not the lymph nodes or anywhere else, surgery will be all I need. If it's in the lymph nodes, I would need radiation once a day for 6 weeks, an hour a day. Hopefully that's all I would need. And once they go in there, they don't find anything more. I feel I owe it to my loyal viewers here to say why I won't be here at least the next 2 days. My wife thinks I'm being very optimistic to say I could make videos come Monday. But if I'm not here for a week or whatever it is, you know why. But I plan on being back behind the screens, trading, running my trading room, and doing these videos as soon as possible. So thank you. Just keep me in your thoughts. As far as what's going on today, sellers have been firmly in control. They have been for the last 3 days or so. We've had excess for the last 3-4 days on the highs. Right now, we're attempting to push below yesterday's low. There's one more weekly low that I think is a very, very doable target for the bears. And that would also take us down to around the 390 level in SPY and the 3900 level in ES. So I think that's something that the ALGOs and short-term traders want to at least accomplish. Remember, the weekly balance will not be set until the end of this week, right? It's not this next weekly low. It depends on how much, if we get below that. Any acceptance, though, below this next weekly low, if we get it, things get very dicey for the bulls because then we're talking around the 370, 373, 3,730 and 373 level in SPY. Now, prior to getting that, you have that huge gap. I'd be a little surprised if they try to get into that gap prior to CPI and Fed. So I'm looking, at least initially, to see if we get this next weekly low, if we get some kind of bounce from there and hang around that area or bounce right off it. So that's definitely something I would look at. So if we were to gap lower, and the gap's maybe 50 cents, 60 cents, you can take that short against yesterday's low out if the gap fills. If it doesn't fill, then I would target that level, which is an ES. It's not that far away. It's at 39. Let me just get the exact number. It's at 1375. So again, right now it's only about 8 points from there. So that would be a target. Now, again, below there is a vacuum. There's an afternoon pullback low from the 10th of November and then the daily low and the huge gap. Not so sure they want to go for that just yet. It would be interesting, though, if they did start getting any kind of tempo and volume, which they have not had on this down move. The volume's been horrible. We've had good ranges, but horrible volume. So it clearly shows you it says short-term sellers moving this. So a short possibly on a small gap out if it fills. If we take out that next weekly low, then I would see what happens at 3,900. Might actually take a long there the first time to see if we get a responsive bounce. Those are the two early plays. Now, in the next 75 minutes, if the gap is a lot larger and it's either at 3,900 or below it, then I'm just going to watch. I will not, gap and go is a fallacy to me. So then I would see how much they want to push to the downside. And on the flip, so I'm not looking for a short with a large gap, and I certainly wouldn't be looking for a long anywhere below 3,900. Then I would let at least A period shake out and see what the initial balance in B period is going to bring us. Also in the next 75 minutes, if we open inside of yesterday's range, well, then there's really not much there until you were to push up around value high and half back to take a short against the upper end of the lower distribution. If we open inside of it, I'm not looking for long. If we push down, there's nothing really to lean on. I would not lean on yesterday's low. And then on the chart, so here's the weekly. Now, a lot of people are saying this week of November 14th, that's the balance low. It cannot be the balance low because the weekly just came into balance this week. So like I said in last night's video, this market could go down another $20. It's still in balance. Then you just incorporate all this inside of it. But if we only get to this and stretch it a bit or not even take it out at the end of the week, then it's a 4-week balance. But if we get below it, you will start encompassing the week of November 7th. Now, we are all below these trend lines that I showed you last night, and the lower highs have continued. And here's your daily. Right now, we're below the 20. The 50 is still $10 away. Not sure if we will attempt to get anywhere near the 50 prior to the Fed. Here's that large gap. So I'm wondering right here, this level right here around that next weekly low, do we just slightly stretch it and hang out in this area prior to next week? Or do the sellers get more aggressive? Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Have a good day trading, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.